Joe, what does it mean for you to be back here at Manhattan College and being inducted into the Athletics Hall of Fame?
I kind of feel like you can't come home again. And Manhattan has always been such a great place for me for my entire life. I grew up in the neighborhood. I went to the Manhattan College baseball games in the 30s when they were probably the best in the East. They continually had great teams in the 30s and pretty good in football and basketball too. But I've been part of Manhattan College all my life.
How have you seen it grow from when you were here as a student, then even afterwards to what it is now?
Well, when I started here, there were 1,000 students, but right after World War II, things exploded, and there were a lot of young men getting out of the service who wanted to get a college education, and they had earned it. So Manhattan expanded and became, I'm not sure whether it was 3,500 or 4,000, but it became a much bigger place. And of course, the buildings came with it and other things. Uh, but it still was the same Manhattan College.
What are some of your favorite memories about being around the athletic program?
Ooh, just so many of them.
Pick a few.
Well, as a kid, I remember watching the baseball team, and they had a great pitcher named Ray Volpe, who was a dominant pitcher, and he would have been with the New York Yankees except that World War II intervened. And I remember him pitching and hitting. He hit the ball over the fence quite a bit. Uh, some of the players on the baseball team then, like Lou McKenna was the first baseman. He was from upstate New York, from Syracuse, and he came to Manhattan because Brothers Schools sent their good athletes to Manhattan College. And they had a shortstop named George Kiefer, who was major league caliber, a great shortstop. He had signed with the Red Sox when he graduated, but he was at the same time that they had Pee Wee Reese and Johnny Pesky. The Red Sox traded Pee Wee Reese to the Dodgers, which probably was one of the worst trades in the history of baseball. But Johnny Pesky had a great career with the Red Sox, and I think George Kiefer decided that there were other things for him to do, and so he didn't pursue the major league. But he was a great shortstop, and then of course, track and field I didn't follow that closely, but Manhattan had great track teams with Pete Waters as the coach and some wonderful athletes, and the basketball team was very competitive. In 40, I think it was 42, 43, the star player was Dick Murphy, and he was an original New York Knick. I mean, he was a great player. But also the team in 42, 43 that they had a new coach, and Dick Murphy was the key player on the team, but he sat down the other veteran players and played 4 freshmen with Dick Murphy, and they went 18-2 and went to the NIT. Which, in that time, the NIT was the tournament, and they did get beat in the first game, but they made the end. And they were a great team, and Dick Murphy was the key to it.
Congratulations again, Joe.
Okay. I love Manhattan College, and I'm just glad to be here. And anything I could do, if you want to hear some other stories, I'll tell you later.